Welcome. It's David Waybright from the University of Florida. We're here in Steinbrenner Band Hall at the university, and this is the study and performance of Lincolnshire Posy. And today we're going to get into the actual study and performance of the entire work. What we're going to use, and you'll need this as you continue in the class, maybe have some manuscript paper, some regular paper to write on, to take notes. Lincolnshire Posy score, the Fennell edition, Ludwig is what I'm using. You could use an older score. Bear in mind it does have some problems with it. We're using it for our pianist, Tanae DeCray. She's going to be playing the compressed score to illustrate some samples of the piece. This class is focused on the composition by Percy Grainger, Lincolnshire Posy. And before we talk about the problems with that piece and actually get into some performing aspects of it, I thought maybe we should talk a little bit about the history of Percy Grainger and where he's from, because it is applicable to actual performance of the piece. Grainger was born in 1882 in Melbourne, Australia. Even today, if you go to Melbourne, you can visit a university there, the University of Melbourne, and you can go to the museum, the Grainger Museum. In fact, a lot of the materials that we're going to talk about today are housed in the Grainger Museum. So if you go there and you get an introduction letter and you visit them, and they will bring whatever pieces that you'd like to look at and any kind of research that they have there. And there's all kinds of actual, they look like sculptures, but they're things that Grainger used in his study of music. He tried to make a quarter tone machine. They have copies of his old scores, which were quite oversized so he could read the meter changes, because later in life his eyesight actually became bad. But anyway, he grew up the son of John and Rose Grainger. John was an Englishman, and Rose, as you know, had a very close relationship with her son. She was actually his first piano teacher. He was advanced from the beginning in terms of being a pianist, and quickly outgrew Rose's kind of abilities as a teacher. So he began to study with a gentleman by the name of Louis Pabst, and he became quickly a great fan of Grieg and Bach. Now his home life, and if you look into Grainger later in life, he has some personal problems that develop, and a lot of that comes from his early years.